All right, well, here we go. It's a reading with me. I love it. This is one of those planetary ones, the energy that's here right now. We got Uranus and Neptune and Jupiter and Pluto all doing kinds of crazy things. Right now, in this particular reading, we got Uranus sextile and Neptune while Pluto watches. Trining Pluto, basically. There you go. It's Neptune sextile Uranus trine Pluto, right? So, what is this? This is I'm going to tell you, this is one of my favorite ones. The other one that I'll be doing probably on Sunday involves Jupiter. You know, Jupiter gets involved. But this one here, a massive amount of clarity. A shit ton of clarity. And I haven't done anything with this deck. We're just going to cut it and get a theme energy here. And we're going to pull a reading. We're just going to go totally rando with this, right? Forward movement, 8 of Wands, massive amount of clarity. And what's interesting about this is you may get a lot of communication this week. And this energy, these are slow-moving planets. Uranus, Pluto, shit like that. Neptune. This is over the course of the next month, shall we say. It's why we've been getting a lot, like in the weekly readings, the last couple of weekly readings. One was a punch in the mouth. The other one I said, hide yourself away. That kind of a thing. Other people are going to think you're acting too quickly. They're going to think they don't know what you're doing. They're going to think you don't know what you're doing. They think you whatever. They're going to have some kind of opinions about you that are going to slow you down. But you've got an ultimate vision. You know where you're going, how you're going to get there. Stick to your guns. Trust your intuition in this energy, okay? Now, that's you. Somebody attached to you. A soulmate, right? Yeah, I would dare to say, having the Empress crossing the 8 of Wands show up with a random cut. I'm not going to go much deeper. It's just a theme energy. It's not a pre-shuffle. But that's all we need right there. You're somebody's goal, and they're coming. It is beeline, all right? Straight to you. I believe it. I can't predict free will. Free will's involved. That's a minor arcana. What is not involved with their free will is their feelings for you. That's major arcana. All right. So let's shuffle the deck. But yeah, expect a lot of clarity. Expect to do things or be able to do things or understand things you never understood before or couldn't do before, right? You might try your own hand at home plumbing, for example, which is something you're never good at, but you suddenly get it. You look at the pipes and you suddenly realize, oh yeah, it's kind of that Matrix thing, where Neo says, I know Kung Fu, right? All of a sudden Kung Fu flashed through his head and he knows Kung Fu. It's a bit of that. Kung Fu in this energy. So does somebody else. Somebody attached to you is going to be acting very out of character, clawing toward that Empress energy of yours, all right? Reaching out, saying something, speaking. Somebody who never comments on your tweets or twats is going to comment on your twat in a tweet. All right, they're just going to do it. The 4 of Swords, it's a void. It is. This energy is what you make it. But how is that attached? Somebody else. They're coming. It's like a wave of healing, but it's coming through a psychic type connection. I'm drawn to the third eye on the lamb. This is very interesting. This is going to be a weird reading. All right, let's see where we go. 7 of Swords, yeah. Somebody's aware of, we've been getting this a lot. And this has been like the theme energy of a couple of readings. I think somebody wants to fix it. Usually when I get somebody that wants to heal these, right? They want to heal the lies. They want to heal the deception. They want to heal something that they've done. They want to right a wrong here. All right? It's something they've had their eye on for a while, weren't quite sure what to say. Now in this massive amount of clarity, they know what to say. The cut cards back up the pre-shuffle or the theme energy. And the theme energy had an 8 of Wands, which was very heavy on communication. Communication with forward movement. So yeah, I think they're very clear on what they want to say. I think people around them might disagree. I hope they don't bounce it off anybody. It's a bad thing to do in this energy. If you get ultimate clarity, right, I'll shuffle for the reading, but if you get ultimate clarity, right, Don't bounce it off anybody. There's no guarantee that they have the same clarity, or they might be focused on something else. The clarity with this type of energy tends to be fairly focused. In other words, you might be all of a sudden understanding the plumbing, but that doesn't mean you're going to understand everything else that's going on around. It's very specialized. All right? So, for you, you're somebody's specialty in this energy. And the bullshit they told you that they want to heal, I'll tell you, they're going to be sending you some vibes. Pay attention to your third eye for the next month or so. All right, let's pull ourselves a reading. Let's go. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Pentacles. Wow. This is the overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table with the Ace of Pentacles. So it's, you ever buy something online like Amazon or Walmart or some shit like that, and they get you with the only one left, only 3 left. That's the way this feels. It feels like that. Only one left. Oh, what a great... Even if it's a lie, especially if it's a lie, what a great marketing technique. It's terrific, but it's a bit of that. I think you're somebody's singular focus, but I think they're not going to want to take no for an answer. So be careful about somebody making you a series of offers you can't refuse. In other words, let's say you say no. When this person comes in, I don't want to talk to you, you say. You have clarity too. You're like, I know what I want, and it's not you. Let's just say that, for example. This is the type of energy where somebody will come at you with, okay, that didn't work. Let's try this. Okay, how about this? How about this? They're going to keep hitting you with offers you can't refuse. Be careful about that. We're going to clarify with the witches. Randomly at the bottom is the 5 of Cups. I got energies that end separation phases here. I feel like I'm not sure if this is a runner or an X. It might be. I feel if I'm to take my 3 positions of who this might be, I feel number 1 is a family member that you're estranged from or friend, and I feel number 2 would be an X. Number 3 would be a runner. If you're any one of those, I would be surprised if this is a runner. If somebody would have had to, something would have had to happen in their life for them to come in this type of energy. I don't know. I'm just being honest with you, all right? It's not good for ratings for me to do that, but I'm not here for ratings, So, I don't know. Let's see how the cards fall. Here's how they feel about you. Here's how they see you. And here's a potential final outcome for you. I'll clarify whatever needs clarifying. Throw some universe cards at the end. We'll probably extend it. It's a reading with me. And this is some pretty cool energy. I'd be interested to pull more on you. See if you show up here. I'll pull on you at the end of here, obviously, but pull the shit out of you in the extended. Chariot, what did I say? Determination. Yeah, the energy's just right. Divine timing for someone to come charging in. The 9 of Cups. They know what it's very singular. You won't get that from your horoscopes. This energy will show up in your horoscopes, I'm sure. Extreme clarity, whether they tell you the alignments or not, it'll be talking about a lot of clarity. But what they won't tell you is how singular it is. You'll be an expert in one thing. Like in The Matrix, Neo said, I know Kung Fu. He didn't say, I know Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu, and start rattling off a whole bunch of other martial arts. No, Kung Fu. Okay? I mean, there's several specific types of Kung Fu. He didn't specify, but, it is what it is. That said, this is very, very focused. Somebody's very, very determined, very focused to come toward you. And they're not taking no for an answer here. They're not. They got offers you can't refuse. Okay, careful about that. Now, again, it's somebody you have a soul connection with. I don't know how strong it is yet. But I will say, if it's a business transaction, be careful about that. All right? Somebody trying to sweeten the deal too much is a red flag. All right? That's what I'm saying. If it starts, well, at this point, if I buy this, don't you lose money? So what's the deal here, right? And it is what it is, but just be careful in this energy because somebody's very singularly focused on you. If you're popular, if you're an influencer or a celebrity, This could be bad for you with stalker type things. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now. Beef up security, all right? Get you the 10-foot fence this time. All right, here we go. I'm trying to warn you. This is some pretty singular focus here, and the energy's just right. It's a perfect storm happening. How do they see you? What do they think about you? I'm just trying to help. See? 2 cups. That's all I want. 2 cups. Soulmates. Like some soulmate zombie coming at you. Soulmates. We are soulmates. All right, what else? The 9 wands. 9s of the end in tarot. Somebody feels like nothing can stop. This is the juggernaut. Once he gets going, he can't be stopped. It's the Terminator. He will not stop. You know, knock on every door. Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor. No. Oh, okay. I mean, it is. What are they? You're a target for this person. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It might be. It could be. It's prime energy for stalkers. But I'm saying they're a Terminator. They're some sort of soulmate zombie, and they're coming towards you. Now, what's interesting, this person seems to think, I'll flip it. What do they think about you? I'll tell you that, and then I'll tell you what they think you're thinking. Okay? What they think about you is that you're going to put up some resistance to them. Even though you know they're soulmates, they're going to have to prove it like some kind of knight, proving their worthiness by vanquishing a foe of some kind, right? Again, it ties to the I'm not taking no for an answer. I've got a whole bunch of things I can come. If they say no to this, I've got this, right? In sales, they're called rebuttals. They got a bunch of rebuttals for you, okay? I mean, that's... And on the flip of that, what they think you think about them, I guess the easiest way to phrase it is they think you think that they're full of shit. I know I don't have a 7 swords here, but I already have it. They're coming to prove to you that's sort of their vanquishing of a foe. The foe is the 7 of swords. The foe is their bullshit. So somebody's coming to show you that they're the true soulmate, that they're who, you know what I'm saying? They're coming to prove themselves. They feel like they need to. I don't think you feel that way. That's especially true if this is a stalker for some of you. I'm sure you don't. You're like, you don't have to prove anything. Just go away. The cops will be here in 5 minutes. Okay? But I don't think you think they have to prove anything. I think you want this person to open up. I think that's all you've ever wanted. Now, if this is a family member you're estranged from, this is someone you have different views from. Okay? They believe this, you believe that. Okay? I think they need to try to convince you of their point of view. I think you're higher vibration than that. I think you realize that you're not going to change somebody's mind. So you either accept them for who they are and move forward, or you estrange yourself, you distance yourself. You know what I'm saying? You continue the estrangement. All right? That's just how they feel. But yeah, I get this whole, how do they see you? They see you as a soulmate. They finally are admitting this. Okay? Or that you have a connection that's important if they're not using the soulmate vernacular, right? Potential final outcome for you. Red with the 7 of Pentacles. I was going to say, before I pulled this, I should have. It would have been cool. I got about here and I said, I should say it's a perfect storm for you, so this should be pretty good. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. And there it is. It is. Because it's red with 7 of Pentacles. I've already called that the perfect storm. It is. It's a perfect storm for you. That could be good or bad. You're very attractive. You're the focus of several different people's energy. You're the focus of it. This is great. If you've got a YouTube channel or a TikTok or a social media maven, this is terrific for you. You're going to get a lot of new followers. You're going to get a lot of people. They're going to start to listen to you. That's terrific, right? I don't count in this. I'm not here. I'm not part of this reading. Steve's Love Tarot is an acquired taste, and I'm aware of that. So that's fine. But for you, if you melt soaps together or something like that, you get your 30 million views. Not a big deal. This can be a double-edged sword, though. Be careful. It's like I told you. This can also be somebody's very clear in their intent on coming towards you. I think it's more than one person. As far as this person, the main energy that's showing up here, yeah, it's communication. Somebody's reaching out. Somebody's showing up. Baby showing up at your gate, right? I told you to spring for the 10-foot. You got cheap, right? 6-foot fence will be enough, Steve. That's not enough, right? You need 3 feet of barbed wire above that, right? And then some kind of vulture that sits on a perch down the middle. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. 7 Pentacles. That'll be interesting to pull on. We're clarifying with the witches. Let's do it. Let's see where we go. All right. And if you can, electrify the fence. That's good. That's always fun. Let's see where we're at. Come on now. You got to be careful with the electrifying, though. You could hurt little animals in the neighborhood. You don't want to do that. It's crossed by the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. I'm talking about deals you can't refuse and all of that stuff. Somebody attached to you here. All jokes aside, probably a family member or an ex or a friend, one of those. A runner, I don't know. Unless I don't know. It would have to be, if it is a runner, they are crazy obsessed with it. Something's gone horribly wrong in their life, like I said. But anyway, 3 Pentacles crossing that. That's, somebody feels like it's now or never. It is more of that they want a partnership with you, but it is more of that ordering on Amazon thing where they say only one left kind of a thing. All right, there's an urgency here. That works to your advantage. But again, everything that works to your advantage is a true double-edged sword here. But the good news is, because of the clarity, you'll see both sides. So it's nice. You'll be able to make really good decisions here, I think. Anyway, we'll see. You didn't make one about that fence. But anyway, whatever. Knight of Wands. Why is that here? We can always rectify the mistake with a trip to Home Depot. All right. And the 10 of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah, now or never. Somebody coming in fast. Somebody's picking up speed. They want to enter your life. I think they're afraid. I don't know why. Some kind of clarity. It could be a false clarity for them. The 7 of Swords was there in the cut. I mean, there's many layers of energy. And as I pull the reading, I can adapt more of the layers. I could say, oh, I see part of that 7 of Swords was there. They might have extreme clarity about something that isn't true. That is possible as well. I think they think somebody else might snatch you up. Or they need to hurry before somebody does. They heard you were going out with so-and-so, or they heard whatever. Or if you're married, they heard you were fighting, so now's the time to get in quick, right? I mean, I don't know. It could be any of that. There's an urgency here. Well, let's talk about determination. Let's talk about this. I will say for you, because you're coming up twice as the Empress here, this is part of your journey through this soulmate cycle. I mean, this person, whoever they are, they're a big part of your journey. So don't discount it just because, oh, I'm disappointed. I'm here about my runner, and Steve says it might not be that runner. It might be that stupid cousin or something. I mean, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's important. There's major arcana landing on the table, and, you're showing up as it. So this is a very important, at least between now and Lionsgate. Which isn't just August 8th. In fact, it's not even, that energy isn't even peaking this year on August 8th. It's peaking around the 10th. And it stretches till about the 20th of August as it starts to dissipate out. There are no hard stops in energy. It's just something that happens every year around that time. It's pretty common. I'm not going to put any unicorns jumping through a portal through it. I mean, it's nothing like that. But it is a time of separating the wheat from the chaff, like I've told you. Fell on the floor and stared up at me, the 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups. It's important in the world. Yeah, this is I had the Chariot crossing the Chariot. Can you fucking believe that shit? I had to stop shuffling because that fell on the floor. The World was the card after it, and the Chariot is crossing it, which is crossing a chariot. That's fucking unreal. It's everything I said and more. This is a very important person in your soulmate journey. What's about to happen, because of the clarity you gain and they gain in this energy, is important. Pay the motherfuck attention. Pay attention to the small things, the details. I've been telling you that a lot lately. It's important that you do that. The little things matter, all right? Keep your listening ears on. Keep your scanners peeled. Keep your third eye open, all right? I don't know what else I can tell you. Wow. I don't think it matters. Also, I took a look I don't even know if I want to pull it out because I think it might go somewhere else, but I will. I'm just going to pull it. It's the Eight of Pentacles as the bookend to the Chariot, crossed by the Chariot. I don't think you'll be able to miss this. This is like he's busy working. He's got headphones on, right? He's busy, not paying attention to anything, and a 10.0 earthquake happens. You know that's happening. It doesn't matter what song you're listening to, all right? All right, let's see where we go. I think you won't be able to miss this. But I think this is also another energy here. This is worthwhile you do. And I'm talking a lot about you because there's nothing else to say about this person other than their singular focus on you. You're their mission. You're like a super secret mission. I don't think they're talking to anybody else around them. I hope they don't, because other people will be your problem in this energy. They will, I'll tell you, just because of some of the clarity you're going to have. Other people will talk you out of it. They won't see it your way. You're seeing way beyond them. All right? You're getting a taste of what it's like for people that are, say, visionaries, talking to people that aren't. All right? You're the visionary in this energy. All right? It's very difficult. It's very difficult to explain things to people. All right, here we go. Tell me about the Nine of Cups. The Five of Wands. Somebody's not letting, what do I want to say that? Yeah, I was going to say fear. Somebody's not letting fear get to them. A wish, a feeling is overriding a fear. It's more than a feeling. All right? A feeling is overriding a fear. There's fear. And there's fear. And this is telling me how mild it is. Okay? It's being beat down by the wish. Again, this is telling me how strong this singular focus is, the Eight of Cups. They're not letting fear stop them. She's walking toward the Nine Cups, right? That's 9 cups. This is fear. This is telling me how mild it is. It's the weakest energy as it reflects to me from this deck. They're not letting fear stop them. Now, on the plus side, I said this is a double-edged sword for you. On the plus side, that's great. I wanted to hear from this person, Steve. Okay, well, there's a good shot at it. They're coming. Very, very, you're their mission. But also, if this is the fucking stalker, I'm gonna advise you for the 16-foot fence now. Okay, they don't care. They don't care. All right, it's crazy. I'm just saying. All right, but yeah, the feeling of how you make them feel, or how they perceive, the clarity they have in that feeling, is overriding any fear. But it's also overriding logic, a little bit. All right. This is my miserly energy. You shouldn't override that too much, right? This person here isn't behaving that way at all. They're just shooting the wad, if you will. All right, the two of Cups. So they see you as this. Something makes sense to them. I'm going to take it a layer deeper. Something makes sense to them about your connection, finally. This is 3D energy. This is where they start thinking. What do they think about you? Something about you makes sense, finally. Okay? All right. Okay. Something about you finally makes sense. What is it? I don't know. Best hits in the tarot, maybe, but they're your soulmates. I just keep getting that. It's a hermit. I just keep getting it. It makes sense. I don't know if they're using that vernacular. We're soulmates, right? It's so ruined by Hollywood. It's corny to say. If you say it to the average Joe who doesn't watch tarot readings and doesn't read horoscopes, they think you're a nutter. It's because it's just been ruined. But that's what they have ultimate clarity on, is your connection. Whatever they call it, okay? Why is that here? And again, in the negative, it could be they just have ultimate clarity that they're not going to rid themselves of you. They're not going to get rid of you, so fuck it. I'm going in, I don't care. I have this feeling. This feeling could very well be negative for some of you, for a small percentage of you. I can't blow smoke up your ass. It's just the way it is, all right? The same type of energy that could make somebody love you and, just want to die for you could make somebody hate you and want you to die. I mean, it's equal and opposite reaction. It can happen. What's on top? The chariot again. Oh my fuck. This chariot is everywhere. Somebody's now on board with the soul connection. Why is that here? The tower, yeah. Yeah, I believe it. Look at those cards. Major, major, major on top of 2 of cups, which is almost major arcana for me in this case. I mean, I don't even need to pull on this because this is just a lack of resistance. You know, the wall's coming down. This ties over here. Big time. I'm going straight to the Empress. It's what I said. They got ultimate clarity, and you are like, they're charging in. Somebody's determined here. But I joke about the stalker from my popular people that watch, right? But it's the same thing I just said. You know, this person could have realized, oh, we're soulmates, but they could also realize that they can't get rid of you. It can work in the negative. And I have to make you aware of that. It'd be irresponsible of me just to give you a candy-coated roses and rainbow false hope bullshit reading. And then you get blindsided, right? Be careful about that. You can take that information forward with you when you watch other readers. If you're getting a reading and it's purely positive, always know that the other energy is there too. It has to be, you know? It has to be. All right, the Empress. You can disconnect the black cable on your car battery because you think it's ugly and you think the red one's pretty. But with just the red one there, that positive, it's not going to start. I promise you. All right, there we go. They both are present all the time. There's always, that's where your free will comes in. You could use your free will to make something great or make it shit. Right? Whether, even if it's like a lottery win, how, you know, it's all about, it's up to you what you do with that. It can go bad, you know. Anyway, 2 of Pentacles crossing the Empress. Wow, you're a hot ticket. Oh, you can see it. It's right here. Feel the heat. Feel the heat. It's right there. You're a hot ticket. Let me tell you right now. On the double-edged sword front, that's frustration. That is frustration. That works to your advantage if somebody loves you. It works to your disadvantage if somebody's stalking you or somebody doesn't love you. We got soul connections with both types. You got karmic debt. Well, assuming you're an old soul and you've lived a few lifetimes, you know, you live a lifetime, you make a few enemies. It's just the way it is. That's why you got to put up blocks to make sure you don't allow that energy in. Otherwise, it'll affect you. There's always somebody thinking negative shit about you. They don't have to cast a spell for it to affect you. That energy coming at you can affect you. It can affect your mood very suddenly. And we've talked about it before, so I'm not going to redo it. But this right here, you're creating frustration. This kind of beauty, this kind of attractiveness frustrates a lot of people. So somebody's coming in. It's why they don't care about the fear. I don't care about fear. I want this feeling. It's more than a feeling. I'm going in to get it. And I believe they are. I believe we're soulmates. I'm going in. Now, I'm taking that in the positive, but that could just as easily be something else. All right? I'm making jokes about 10-foot fences, but for somebody watching, I'm not. All right? What's on top? Probably not you, so don't worry. All right? So, 6 of Swords. But you don't have to be famous to have stalkers, right? You don't have to be. You could just have it. This could be an ex. You want to know how attractive you are. You see that I just pulled an Empress, right? So you know it's Empress on top of Empress. Everybody wants to hit that shit. Not everybody gets to, and that's frustrating. In this energy, you're going to frustrate people. And I've got people right here where I told you already they're not taking no for an answer. Oh, no. You can't say no to me. How about this? How about that? How about this? People like this bother me. All right? This is the kind of shit, you know, you end up filing a police report. Be careful, depending on the person. Be careful about that. All right? This is a double-edged sword. It's great that you're attractive. It's great that people see that and they see it clearly. There's something about you. It's my something about Mary energy. It's nice. I like it. But this right here is frustrating. Because everybody, this is beautiful. I mean, my God, she's a tree. She's a girl in a frumpy green dress. I still want to hit it. You know, it is extremely frustrating for someone attached to you. Probably a lot of someone's, but for one someone, they don't even care. They're not even afraid. They're just coming. All right? Now, for most of you, this is very positive. This is someone you're estranged from. This is a soulmate you've wanted to hear from. Yeah, they'll probably roll in. You'll probably hear from them. And they're probably going to be very aggressive aggressively trying to prove something to you. How you react to that is going to determine where things go. If you want something with this person, just let them prove it. Don't try to change somebody. If this is a family member, you're probably estranged from them because of different beliefs or different views. They're never going to see things your way. Know that, deal with it, laugh it off, find some kind of humor to it. So, let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. 3 cards. What else you want to tell my people before we go pull some wicked voodoo? Knight of Pentacles. I like that. Emperor, Page of Pentacles, and Judgment with the 8 of Cups. Put your listening ears on. Pay attention. I'm just going to paraphrase here. Can I? That's my student, right? That's my listen. Stop. Put your listening ears on. Right? Stop. Feel. Take in everything a DM is saying to you. Why? Because you're going to find out something you didn't know before about why they walked away and why you're not together. And why, because the 10 of Swords is here, why you can be together again. 10's at the end, a dead end that can lead to a new beginning. I'm going to tell you right now the way this energy flows, whether it's a family member, an ex, a runner, whatever it is. Okay, it's going to be different for all of you. You've got a different viewpoint from this person. You've got to allow, they're going to try to convince you of theirs, like I said. You've got to, go ahead, take it in. Learn it. I understand the people's viewpoints who differ from mine. Understand that. You get to do that here. But you've got to listen first. All right? You've got to take it in. Don't try to change somebody's point of view. They are what it is what it is. If you can do that, you will find a common ground with this person. You will actually be able to move forward with this person in whatever capacity you choose. You give yourself control over the situation by understanding where somebody's coming from, by catching their drift, and not trying to get their drift to go in your direction, even if they're trying to get you to go in theirs. Right? I'm just saying. That's the easiest thing I could say. Just listen. You're going to learn why this person walked away, and either why it's a good idea if you get back together, or you hang out, or you come together again, or why you keep it off walking in the distance, right? Or why you keep it over, right? Either way, somebody's returning. It's a DM, and it's a pretty powerful one. There's one in particular. There's a lot of energies around you that are going to find you attractive and frustrating at the same time. Please remember, it's a double-edged sword, all right? It is. So be careful. Whatever the case, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.